What's up, all the truckers in America? My name is Khalid, and I've been a trucker for 2 years. I would like to share my experience with you guys about my journey in trucking and give out some tips and from my humble experience as an owner operator, how to make it in trucking in 2025. I want to start out by sharing my journey, how I got into this business. Well, it started in 2024 where I got my license in Florida. I paid $3,000 to get my CDL license. It was a really good deal, I thought. After that, I did not go to school or go to work for a big company where I get paid by the cents. I had some money saved up, so I decided to go a different route, which was very risky. But why not? I bought my own truck and opened my own DOT and started just like that, without any experience or training. After doing it for 6 months, I realized that that was not the best route to go. It would have been better if I had some proper training. It was a really big mistake. But you know what? I learned a lot from that. I learned so much in a very, very short time. You see, when you put yourself in a situation where you have no options but to evolve and learn, your brain adapts so fast. I remember my first load. I was going to pick up a JB Hunt trailer. It was a really rainy day. It was the rainiest day of the year, I remember, in Florida. And when I got there, I didn't even know how to properly hook and unhook the trailer, which was very funny because I think it's the most easiest thing you can do. So someone really helped me. I think there's a lot of nice drivers out there that really want to help you. And I got going. I did that first load, and it was really, really hard. It was like being a puppy in a lion's kingdom. The the semi truck felt so big, and I was very scared at first because I didn't know if I can do it or not. But eventually, I did my first load, and things started rolling. Second thing is was very hard to get loads because my DOT was very new and no one wanted to give me a load. So I had a dispatcher. I really want to thank him a lot because they were very patient and did extra work. I paid them like 6% because they worked harder to get me a load than if I had the older DOT. So I started doing that, and then the truck that I bought was a Kenworth T680 2016. It was in a really horrible condition. But because of my lack of experience, I bought the wrong truck for for starting. It had some really bad def problems. It was always trying to do the region, and uh, it was always stopping and asking me to park and asking me to do a forced region. And I had this device called OTR, which is really helped me a lot because it helps you with the system. Basically, sometimes the truck derates, meaning it goes under 10 miles per hour. And when I reset the fault codes with OTR, it let me go to normal status. So OTR it must have if you have DEF problems. Otherwise, you're gonna have to call tow trucks, which like charge you like anywhere between 800 to 2,000 just to take you to a dealership, a Kenworth dealership. And once you get to the Kenworth dealership, they charge you like you are a big company. They don't care if you're just starting or, which I don't blame, but it was my fault that I didn't do the proper research before buying the first truck. So there you had it. I had a new DOT, a really old Kenworth truck with DEF problems. Plus, I used to go to random mechanics to do oil change. One time I went to this mechanic, he did the oil change, he put the wrong fuel filter. And that, my friends, was the biggest mistake of the career I just started because I would be driving the truck and it would suddenly just stop. It would stop all the time, and then I had to call service, and they used to pump that little pump that's on a fuel pump, and it gets started, and I'm like, oh my god, I fixed the truck, and then again, it starts again, it stops again. So every 2 days, 3 days, it would cause me a problem. I was always late for the loads. I didn't know what to do because they didn't tell me what's the problem. They told me, everyone tells me, some people tell me it's like the starter. Some people say it's you have a fuel pump, which I changed the fuel pump, but all it was that that how you call it, the fuel bottle. It's like the fuel fuel cup. Yeah, it's called fuel cup. All I had to do was change the fuel cup, but I did not know that, which is very sometimes you overlook the obvious things, and that's one thing I learned in trucking. When the problem happens, just keep keep looking for the simplest things. It might be something very simple, but can cost you a lot of money. Another mistake I did is when I go to wash the truck, they ask you if you want to wash the engine as well. And that, my friends, is also a problem because when the old trucks, water can leak into the electronics and can cause you another problem, which I had to face when I did that. I did exactly that. I watched the engine, and then the computer got stuck. The transmission won't switch gears, and that also cost me like 2 weeks of not working, 5K to fix, which is not fun at all. And so, yeah, these are the basic things I wanted to share with you about my journey in this trucking business. And I think trucking is really worth it if you are prepared and if you are willing to work hard to make those dollars that you're aiming for. Because some people are there just for a couple of years, they have bigger plan, they want to save some capital to do something else, which is awesome. Trucking can really help you build that capital. I believe it's one of the best businesses that you can start and make good money if you know how to do it, if you don't make the mistakes I did. But eventually things start working out for me, and I started making some money because I'm not married, I am a single guy, and I have a small apartment. My bills are very low, and everything that I make, I save some for emergency, and the rest I save it for my next business because I'm not trying to become just to be a truck driver my whole life for so many reasons. Don't get me wrong. I love the adventure that every day waking up, being in nature, being on in the sun, seeing people. Think American roads are pretty awesome, and people on the roads, 99% are really nice. Like they really follow the rules. They people are very helpful. Like not like if you go to New York City where everyone is honking, everyone is trying to go fast. When you're out there and between states and people are really calm and chill, they'll like when you let them pass, they put their flashers thanking you. Like people are awesome, in the middle of America, people are really nice and it's really safe. For 2 years I've been sleeping in my truck. I never had any problems. Never. Never. I love it. That I love this. It gives me like really optimism about this country. Yeah, of course I'm an immigrant. I've been living in America for 15 years and I love this country and I want to be someone that gives an extra value back, not just someone that takes advantage. I want to live my whole life in this country and I love this country and I see a lot of potential for this country and I'm learning, living and learning day by day. When I first came here, I didn't know nothing, but I didn't stop and play the victim card or ask for something that's not reasonable. I worked hard every day. Of course, there was a lot of obstacles, but that's anywhere you go. You're not gonna get everything like a piece of cake. You have to work hard for it, and that's the beauty of this journey. Is you have to keep going, never stop, no matter how dark it gets. You always have to keep going, and always be grateful for everything. The first thing I do each morning is look at myself and look at how far I have become and the things that make me happy and small things like the food on my table, the money I have, the the flip-flops I'm wearing, like anything, my health, my vision, anything that's that's worth it, like if you start looking around, if you start having this mentality, you will start seeing the good things all the time. I don't focus on the negative stuff. I focus on positive things that keep me going. And I hope, guy, I want to start sharing my daily experiences with you guys. So if you really subscribe and like and share, it would really give a push to this channel. And I think I have a lot to offer. I have a lot of information that I've learned. And like if you have mechanic problems, I've been through it. Like if you have uh, a Kenworth T680 or any other truck, I can really help because I bought the worst truck in the world, but I did not give up and I learned so much about mechanical things. And also I had my own DOT, so I can also help you with that. So if you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share. And I will definitely do my best every day to give extra value to the trucking industry and to United States of America. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.